Previously on Nerd Talk.
I don't even know. We are true Taurus.
Oh,
We are VR. Okay. There's the Power Rangers in there that you what Bandai, like you said.
yeah, Bandai and Saban.
Yeah. And Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Big bad beetle.
Ronin Warriors. I was watching Nickelodeon.
We still to this day watch all the Saban stuff, Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, Power Rangers. A lot of those actors worked in like both. And since we do Ranger Stock, remember, we've met a lot of them. So I do know a lot of those. Beetleborgs and VR Troopers is rough. Like watch, like I said, don't watch all episodes, but just watch some clips, and you're gonna be like, man, they really did not care. They really said us 80s and 90s kids, you get what you get. Sit there and watch it. We had a lot of options. You see how many options there were. Hello Kitty's another one that was literally just made for that. That's a massive franchise. Hello Kitty is everywhere.
That's international.
Yeah, she's everywhere. And He Man's a big thing still. There's a new movie coming out next year.
Yeah,
For He Man.
the nostalgia has set in now. So even if it wasn't good back then, now people are grown.
I
They're
know.
like, I'll spend money on this.
Hey nerds, we're back with another episode of Nerd Talk with Silver and Ray, where we talk about our favorite things in fandoms of video games, TV shows, films, toys, comic books, regular books, all the things. I'm Silver.
And I'm Ray.
Yes, today we were talking about some of the toys through the decades that are collectible, that were fast, that are still going today. That's what we're talking about in this episode.
Because I know last time we talked about toys, and I felt like there was a lot that was left out because there's so much to say about nerds and toys.
That's true.
And we talked briefly about how kids are, and now the kids that grow into us adults now are influenced into purchasing these toys, and how you know the TV shows were long commercials, but a lot of times two different toys were just like the it toy, like the one you had to have. No TV show needed. Like it was the toy that must be had. I mean, of course, for me, the standout toy in the 80s, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot because I know Rainbow Bright was popular. Toys like the Popples are coming back.
What is a
Oh my gosh. It's kind of like a Furby in the sense of like the creepiness a little bit, but it's like really bright neon colors. I want to say the main pop was like neon blue, but just recently San Diego Comic Con passed, and they had a whole booth for just those toys. And those are old toys. Like that was I don't remember it being even popular that much in the 90s anymore. I know it started in the 80s of like Rainbow Bright, another one that's San Diego Comic Con had a lot of toys for. But it makes you think like, do people buy these toys because there's like a big interest in them? Because like I personally don't think popples are cute, like as an example, but they're so collectible. Like people want them like
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I think it's the collectability. People like to collect things. They
Yeah.
like to be in the, where everybody's doing the same things. They like to be part of a community of people doing the same thing. So they're like, oh, I have this many of this, or I have this specific one, whatever. I think it's more the social aspect of it, more so than the actual object.
For sure. Like, and before social media, and even before like, not even like how social media is so like we consume it so much now. I know you don't, but like I do. um, but like even back then it was like in the magazines we read. I remember seeing that Sears, the Sears catalog. When that came in, whatever was on the cover of the Sears catalog that year, you knew that was it. That was the it toy. You need to have it. I don't feel like I ever really had it the year it came out. So if it was like, at least I wasn't really old enough to demand stuff. So like 89, which is closer to the 90s.
Did you ever really demand something?
No, I don't want to bring the mood down, but not with my mom. My mom would not. My mom did not care. She was like, "Oh, look, I like this, so you're gonna get it." I remember one year she got me a Big Bird, but it was like a puppet Big Bird,
Sure.
and I liked
Put your
puppets.
hand in it.
Yeah, and you control the mouth, and
Yeah.
like it had the little stick for the hand. I think it was trying to emulate like how some of the other Muppet ones. And I remember being happy that I got it, but kind of upset because like of all the ones, Big Bird isn't controlled like this. You know, I would have wanted Kermit, but my mom didn't like Kermit. So she was like essentially
Nope.
like, why would I get you that?
Right.
I like Big Bird, so I got you Big Bird. So I never had the toy of the year it came out. I got it like maybe a few years later if my mom found it cheap somewhere or a neighbor had it and they didn't want it anymore and they gave it to me.
Sure.
So I never had it. So I feel like that's part of the reason why now I'm like, I need it because it's popular now and I want it now. Because I remember growing up with that and I remember seeing all those crazy fads. I know, of course, the big one my first one that I remember that was just everywhere. Every time you read a magazine or you went into like a Hallmark store or any store, they had these type babies. Look at these. This one is from 95, I think. I think it says it inside and it says like its name. It says, yeah, it says the year, it says the name and like everything. This one's Hope, which is so funny because the names and structure is the same with Labubu's. There's a Hope Labubu too, you know? So
Yeah, I mean,
it
it's
just
a recycling.
it
for
just
sure.
recycles, right? And these things were so hard to get.
That's different than the Beanie Baby.
And like it has the so not like the QR code that the things have now, but it has like the authorization little code on here where you put your finger on it and it changes or whatever. And then you had to keep your little tie tag. They had plastic covers that you could buy for these types because people wanted to keep everything pristine. People would buy these and they thought that that was it. They were going to have hundreds of these and they were going to give them to their kids and that was going to be
That's going to be the fun.
their college funds, their retirement funds. I think this goes for like $10 online, like
Yeah.
if even that. Not that I would like they say I'm Pokemon, why would I sell it? But not that I would sell it, but either way, like it's $10.
Yeah.
And yet it was such a craze. There's a famous picture, it might even be a video, but I've only seen pictures of it, of this couple. They were in divorce court, and on the floor in the court, they had tons of these little tie babies, and you see the husband and the wife separating, like they brought it to court and they were like, this is what I wanted the divorce and I want these and I need the purple one and the Diana there and like it was that big.
Yeah.
Like, and it like where are those people now? Like I would love to interview that couple and be like, so how about that collection? Like
Right.
like how'd that go for you? And like not to downplay what people's
Right.
emotions are, but it's just it gets so out of hand almost.
Yeah, just what people
Mhm.
give value to
Mhm.
is really what it is.
It really is, yeah. And like I mentioned in the last episode, another one that was like that I remember watching Black Friday videos of on TV. Like they aired it in the news. They had a segment in the news about this on Black Friday. Was the Tickle Me Elmo? Mothers were like fighting other mothers.
Punching people out.
I know there's like an episode of my old favorite show that I don't want to mention the name of right now where they have a craze like that and the characters go in and they're like punching each other for the toy. That really happened, man. Like that was such a
Yeah.
thing. And I didn't buy it, but I found it Tickle Me Elmo like consignment. It was just like in a Once Upon a Child. Still had the tags on it and everything. And I was like, think about it. Like this toy's just sitting here now, discarded. No one even cares. And once upon a time, you would have literal fights in stores. Stores would have to open their sections of their stores at different times
Yeah.
because it was just
People going
that
crazy and
that
have
crazy.
to have it, or my kid has to have it, or I have to have it.
Yeah, and so many of the trends that, like you said, it recycles. Another one that I have one of too with the Herbies. So these were these were really popular for like a minute, but they were told the same thing that like Labubus are told now that they're demonic. These were like everyone used to say these were demonic. They
Well, yeah.
have
I mean, they all remind me of movies and stuff, like the Gremlins.
the
or whatever.
Gremlins, yes.
That for the Gremlins, and I had a black girl doll that looked like Chucky, so you just
Yeah.
find that stuff for movies for sure. And people like to sign crazy stuff,
I know.
religious stuff, to stuff that has nothing to do with
There's
that.
nothing to do with it. It's just I think what happened was I haven't changed the batteries in this one in a long time, but when the battery would start to die out, the motor would just kind of like fizz out. So it would spontaneously make like a noise, or the ears would like twitch on their own or
They're
something.
haunted or something.
And so people would think they were haunted when it was just a battery issue,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
it's
Like as soon
just
as you put new
electronic
batteries in it,
physics or something.
and, and then people were like burning them and getting rid of them. I'm like, you spent all this money and time to find the one Furby you want, and now you're burning it? Like, what? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
It's so silly. But that recycles now, because the same thing is happening with Labubus. They are saying
Demonic.
they're saying, well, Labubus are supposed to be monsters. They're actually gremlin monsters, if I've read the information correct. But they're saying the same thing. And just like Furbies and just like Thai babies that were so hard to find, there's these specific ones, people are like, I think it stopped a lot now, but people were burning them like in churches and stuff. And I'm like, people are paying hundreds of dollars for these toys on one end of the spectrum. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have people destroying them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's still,
And it's dumb because it's like when they burn books or something, like somebody bought it already, so the author's getting the money.
yeah. It's like it's a weird side effect of overconsumption, because it doesn't, sure, okay, you're making a statement, you burned the book, you burned the Furby, you burned the Labubu, but as you stated, you've already paid for it. So really all you're making it look like is you're making yourself look foolish.
And then if it's on the internet now, that's just gonna make it more popular.
Yeah, and then it actually does, because I had with the current phase being the Labus, I hadn't heard anything about it. We're talking like 4 months ago, would not have even known what it was. I take that back a little bit, because there is a lady who has a booth at MegaCon every year for them, and she sets them up in like these little fairy displays, and she sells the displays, and she has little cases for it. And I do remember walking past her booth and seeing it. So it was something like, I've seen it. Did I know what I was seeing? Did I know what it was? No. So when people started going crazy over them, I I looked it up. I was able to put a name to what I had seen a few years in a row in a convention before.
Yeah.
But before that, I had no idea what it was. And now it's like, we talk about how stores had to separate sections of their stores to sell Tickle Me Elmos, or open certain hours and certain days just for Tickle Me Elmo purchases. They're supposedly putting a Pop Mart in our Florida mall here in Orlando. Pop Mart is the ones that sell, like, they're the legitimate Labubu sellers. And I joked and I was like, well, the line's going to be all the way to Epic Universe, because like even now, like, we were going to go to the Pop Mart in New York, and we opted out of it, because just driving past it, I was like,
Okay.
and what, we're going to wait 3 hours in this line to maybe see something and maybe get something that's going to probably be sold out, because they only supply like 10 a day, and you're waiting 4 hours in a line to get nothing, like, to go inside of a store.
Right.
I'm like, no, no, thank you. Like, I don't think I want to be anywhere near an opening of a Pop Mart in already a mall that's extremely busy, because
Yeah.
it's a tourist location.
And there's less malls open these days, so
Yeah. And it's one of the only, I think the only real active mall that we have
Yeah.
left, because
the only real active, not super tourist, 'cause, there is Millennia, but that's like super tourists, and they charge them an arm and a leg because they're tourists.
for sure. No, yeah. I have gone to the Florida Mall in the last month. I was actually there uh looking for an unhinged Lafufu that supposedly was sold there, but we wind up not finding it. It was just, it gets so overwhelming. I'm just like, you go to one store, they don't have it, then they're like, oh, go to the other one, and you have to go to the food court area, then you have to go to the other area. I'm like, you know what? I'm all for getting my steps in where it's air conditioned,
Yeah.
but there's too many people here. Like,
Yeah, I was
this
there
is
like
too much.
2 months ago,
Oof.
I think, because I was picking up something from the food court. I didn't know it was in there.
Yeah.
I just find a restaurant to get some food at for, we were having a meeting, and it was a food meeting, so
Mhm.
it was whatever thing it was. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna try this place. And then I ended up at the Florida Mall and I was like, like, you want me to go into the food court? Right. Yeah. At least I was close to the side where it was.
Mhm.
Not really, because I think I had to walk through the whole mall.
Sometimes it's the only option. Like if you try to park in the food mall area, like the food court area,
Yeah.
it's just there's no parking. You have to park in the back by
It was
Crayola.
packed, but it
Yeah.
was, and it was like 5 something, I think, because the meeting is at 6:30, and I like to get as close as possible so the food's kind of still warm.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was packed. There was no parking barely, and then I was like, "Where am I going?"
Yeah, it just I can understand the draw of a mall because I remember growing up when it was still like the mall that we think of,
Mhm.
but it's just too much now. And I know I use the word a lot, but that desire for the overconsumption makes places that do have a concentration of these popular things,
Mhm.
they're just like they become an attraction in itself. And there's it's like a claw machine place. Like you can win different types of like mystery boxes, which is a whole thing that's super popular right now.
Mhm.
And you can win, of course, Labubus and plushies and all those things. And sometimes the line for that is out the door.
Yeah.
And of course, there's no guarantee that you're going to win.
Or even get anything good if you do win.
Yeah, we went and I was like, I'm gonna buy the bare minimum card just to experience the try of it. And I think it was like $10 or something. I think we got like two tries at the Labubu machine,
Mhm.
and that was it. And I guess so many people have complained they have in place now. Well, they'll give you like another plush as kind of like a consolation prize. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you didn't win this, but we'll give you this little plush. And you know what? I was
Thanks
happy
for
with it.
playing.
Yeah, it was a little cute experience. I think I spent $10. We walked around the whole store. We saw other people win and lose, and it was like a quick experience for me. It wasn't an arm and a leg, but there was another girl who was there next to me who had a whole belt full of Labubus, real ones. Okay, and this was like months ago when they were still like going for like $100,
Mm.
and she was just almost like crazed. Like if someone else was playing the machine, she was just like hovering and like waiting for them to finish so she can go back and put more money in and try again. And it was just like I was almost like, is someone gonna cut her off? Like she's
Like with alcohol or something?
like, ma'am, I think you've had enough. Like,
Right.
just move on. She wound up winning too while we were there, which I mean, great for her. Like,
And how much money did she spend?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I can only imagine how much money she spent to just win those two. And she had like three others on her belt already, I'm guessing from another day.
Mhm.
And then one of the ones she won that day was a duplicate of one of the ones she had on her belt. And she came up to me and she was like, are you going to play the machine? Because if you want, you could just buy this one for me for $90. And I was like, thank you. I was like, no. But how can I say? I was like, I'm here mostly just to experience this. I'm good if I don't get a Labubu. She was like, okay. And then she just went around asking other people. I actually think they wound up asking her to leave because she was trying to sell stuff in their store. They asked her to leave.
Mm.
And I'm like, my goodness, like, are we really doing that? Like, is this what it's become? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess after like the big like Thai baby and Tickle Me Elmo craze with the stores being bad,
Mhm.
it slowly was starting to become like more online. Like, I mean, online kind of started in the early 2000s. It
Yeah.
wasn't as
eBay and stuff.
yeah, eBay kind of changed like the whole thing. People don't have to line up in stores now like
Yeah.
that. They can there's other options. So by the time like Funko Pops and Squishmallows, which are another big set of toys, came out, it wasn't so much in stores that it was happening. It was more online,
Yeah.
and online stores would sell out almost right away. And I mean, Funko's Pops are still, even though they're not like the big thing anymore. And I mean, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that even like Funko, the company Funko, had to get rid of so many of theirs. So they had like warehouses full of these Funkos that they thought were going to sell. But at this point, the craze has died down
Yeah.
so much
And
that
who has room for all that stuff? Unless you got a mansion somewhere where you got like, and you don't have a library, you have a Funko room. Like,
yeah. So I have friends. I have one friend, he has like a whole wall on his living room dedicated to just his Funkos. Well, like Funkos are easy, so they if you keep them in box,
they're in a box.
if you're a realist and you keep them in box, I usually take them out of the box and throw the box away. I know that that's gonna offend some Funko fans, but I could care less. I like the little figure. I only even kept this one in box because it was given to me as a gift at a convention. Um, I want to say I was cosplaying Quill, and people. I had a lot of vendors who were like, "Wow, you're cosplaying from the Mandalorian. Here's a character from the Mandalorian." I mean, this is technically from Book of Boba, but same thing. And they give me stuff, and I'm always like super grateful and humble. And this Funko, ironically, was one that I would have actually bought because I mean, like I mentioned before, I'm a Mulan fan, and Ming Yang Wen, this is her. She does Fennec. And when this Funko came out, they did like an interview with her and they presented it to her, and she was so like, another me, I can add this one to my Mulan one. And she was just talking, and her excitement made me excited for it because she's such a cool person. I love her. I love Mulan. So I was like, you know what? I'm okay with getting Fennec. And I was, like I said, I was gifted it at a convention because I really don't collect Funkos. I don't collect them, but I think I have like 10, which maybe is a collection to some.
Yeah.
But considering that people will literally have full walls with like hundreds of Funkos.
Yeah, a lot of reactors have a wall or have had a wall full of them.
And they're so easy to stack up.
Yeah. I think I had like 3. I don't think I bought them. I think maybe Autumn gave them to me. But it was Ron, Hermione, and Harry.
Yeah.
Somebody gave them to me. But I had them on my desk at work. Then I packed up my desk, so it's probably in the garage somewhere. I don't know.
I know we all work from home now. We don't have
ruined,
desks anymore.
Yeah, I had those. Anytime I think about collectibles, I think about trolls with a little diamond in the belly. And I think those are the 90s one. There's lots of different variation and years of trolls.
I have trolls. I should have brought some. I have trolls, yes. With their little gems and their hair that sticks all the way up.
Yeah.
And people used to like play with the hair and like blow into it for good luck and stuff.
Yeah, the little tiny ones and the bigger ones. Yeah, I used to get a little bit of those. I didn't really collect them, but I just liked them because they were cute. But
and the difference between trolls is that they were so easy to find. Like trolls was not like one of those where it was like
this rare one here,
this craze, the chase, the this. No, it was just you go into a store, you get a little troll with maybe a few bucks. They're easy to find. You get all the colors you like. Like it was no big deal. When I was at the Once Upon a Child, they had a Poppy, like the modern age troll. They had one there. She was actually right next to the Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
See, it's just like it goes to show you, like. And right next to the Tickle Me Elmo was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I also had in the 90s.
Yeah, I had a few. And then there was those little discs. I got like a book of them from a yard sale or something. I didn't really collect them, but I was like, hey, if people collect these, let me get it. But they're like, you play like slap disc with them or something. So I had some of those, which I still have somewhere, I'm sure. But mostly I just probably collected like books. I try to get all the Goosebumps or like all the Babysitters Club or something.
I have a whole thing of Babysitters Club. Yep. I have the first 18 still in the box. And I have a few that my mom didn't throw away from when I was little. I have those put away because I read those books. So they're like, can't touch them because the pages will fall out. So I have them like put
they were
away.
Pretty brittle after a while. They made out of that flammable paper.
Yes, a lot of my books from that era that have survived my mom's carnage are in like that condition, like they're just barely holding on.
Yeah. And then you were talking about mystery boxes.
Oh.
I have Loot Crate. I would get the Harry Potter ones. Where I got that scarf from. That's where I got this blanket from. That's where I got this blanket from.
Yeah, they're so like I have this one's open, but I have like these are like the mystery boxes. And this one is a real one, so it's important. And like the tie has the little like authentication thing here, authenticity, and then for Pop Mart, it's these like little QR codes. I haven't even scratched it off. So basically, what you do is you scratch off those little Chinese numerals there,
Yeah.
and then you scan it and you put those in, and it takes you to the Pop Mart's authentication words I can't say
Authentication.
site, and then it tells you if it's real or not.
Mhm.
So, and that's on the box, on the older boxes, because I think this is like version 2. They keep enhancing them,
Mhm.
because like so for example, this, I should have brought the fake box because it looks the same. It even like this where it's like 3D and it's all whatever.
Yeah.
They even have these little QR codes on the fake ones. They don't have this one. Sometimes if you get a really good fake, it'll have it printed on there, but it's not real. I was just at a flea market because I'm always at the flea market, and
Yes, getting your steps.
getting my steps in. And there was this mom and her like older teenage daughter, and they were like looking at the box, and they're like, well, it says on Google that if the box is not the right color, or if the QR code isn't on it, like you could tell she really wanted to get an authentic piece.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't even for herself, it was for her little sister's birthday that they were celebrating that day. So not only was this like older sister like determined to get an authentic piece, she was trying to do so for her sibling, which it made it so endearing. And I heard them, and because I'm not shy and afraid of no one, I went right up to them and I whispered, and I was like, "It's fake. It's fake. It's
not
fake."
real.
And she's like, and then she whispered back to me, "But if you scan it, it goes to Partmart. It just goes to the website for you to buy a real one. It's not taking you to the actual website to authenticate it. It's fake.
Do not seek
Do
the
not."
treasure.
And then, so the mom was like, "Thank you," because we were about to buy this. And I was like, "If you're okay with the fake ones, totally, but don't go into this thinking you're getting a real one, because anything in this flea market, in any of these booths, is going to be super duper fake."
Mhm.
So they wind up leaving and they wind up not getting any. I did show them my Labubu costume, which is finished, by the way. And it was like, this is how you know I'm next level crazy. And I know what I'm talking about. Look at this costume I made. And she's like, wow. She's like, I bet you have a bunch of Labubus. And I was like, who can get a bunch of Labubus? Where you get them from? Because the Pop-Up website is sold out always.
Mhm.
Resellers want $100 for a $30 toy. So no, I do not have a bunch of them. I have about 12 fake ones, but real ones, no, I don't have many of those because they're just so freaking hard to find. And I think it's so funny. Like we go through these trends and everything just, and then like that's how it is right now. And then everything just dies out.
Yeah.
Because like how many people went through all of that divorced couple with their dividing their things, and no one even cares. I saw some of these at the Goodwill. If they were the camel one, they were just two of them in a bag, just squished together. The tag was bent. My 90s self was like, "You bent the tag." I was like, "How could you do that?" Like I don't have a lot of Squishmallows. Alex does, but like they have the tags too, because it's all like you said, it's all recycled. And the same concept, you open this up and it says the little Squishmallow's name and it says the year, and don't, and be careful, keep the tag pristine, because what if you're gonna sell it, your little avocado toast, which I think this is what this is. But yeah, it's like what are you gonna do? And and then they're all recycled. This one's named Hope. There's a Hope Labubu, and they all have the same thing. Labubus don't have I have one some. Labubus don't have tags on them though. Here. So they I guess they have tags. They have like the little Pop Mart tags here. This is an older one from 2013. So the tag is like cloth. But those became too easy to duplicate, so then they made them a little different. Can't show the tags on this one. He's all Spider-Man out, and the tags are under there. But he's the one whose box I have not even worried about it because I knew he was real when I got him. But yeah, it's just like all these different toys from all these years. It just makes you wonder, like, what's next? What's
It'll
going to
be
be the
something.
next
There's
big
gonna
thing?
continue to be something new coming up
Yeah.
that they can charge an arm and a leg for something that costs them like 2 cents to make. But when I was thinking about the loot crates,
Mhm.
they come with like a little pin, so that made me think about back in the day when Disney used to have to do the pin thing.
Oh my gosh,
Is
yes.
that still going?
I was big into that. Yes, I used to go to all those pin trading things. Yes. No, they even are getting rid of some of the pin stores. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not.
Yeah, it's not a thing anymore.
Not a thing
But yeah,
anymore.
every loot crate comes with like a little pin, and it always makes me think of the Disney pin craze.
Yeah, I was there for that too. It's because when I was young and I didn't have adult money, my mom said no, and I got nothing. I only got this. This is one of the only ones that was actually bought. We went to there was a Hallmark store in my neighborhood next to a diner because New York are big for diners. Inside joke. Anyway, there's a diner in my neighborhood, and right next to it there was a Hallmark store, and I just used to love going in there just because I couldn't afford anything in there, but it was just like, just let me look and pretend that one day I'll own anything from this store.
Mhm.
And this one she liked because she said it looks like he's praying. And she's like, oh, we'll get that one. And I was like, I'll take it. It's not even the one I want, but I'll take it. Thanks. It's one thing. I finally have it from this Hallmark store, and I've kept it in as good condition. I actually usually keep it in bubble wrap and keep it nice. Not that I'm ever going to sell it, but it was a big deal for me to have
Yeah,
one Beanie Baby like ever.
sure.
So,
Yes, you collect Grogu's.
oh gosh,
Everybody don't do
I
that,
have
but you do
so
that.
many Grogu's. I have so many. Look at Mr. Toy of the Year. Look what he does. Come on, show them. And if you lay him down, he goes to sleep. He's falling asleep. And he snores. I had so many of this one.
Mhm.
Like this one was $70 when it first came out, but then they made too many like they always do in Costco because me and Costco, man. Costco brought them down to $40 and I know so many. So many. I don't even remember how many I had of this exact one, but I gifted them all. I only have this one that I kept and one that I gave to my mom, but
Okay, Grogu needs to leave the chat.
yeah, if you don't turn him off, he's worse than the Furbies. He will just keep going and going. But yes, I have so many Grogu's. I don't even know. I've lost count. I honestly don't even
Yeah.
know how many I have anymore. My whole living room. You can't walk into my living room without stumbling over a Grogu. I have so many of them.
And then Nintendo tried to get a thing going with the amiibos or whatever that you can kind of use in the game. I have like one. I don't know what I did with it. But it was around here somewhere, but it's of a Link when he's a wolf in Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah,
I tried to
he's
draw.
been around.
I was one day that I was here. I started to draw him because I was staring at him. I thought he was so cool with the
Yeah.
wolf. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
an
him.
amiibo, and so you would put it on your like Wii, like the
Nice.
old school Wii, and it would put something in the game or whatever. But
Oh,
there was like a collection of them too.
I think I know. So I think Michael has that, but
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't give away his secret. He cheated and he got like cards that just have the codes on them. So, so he has a stack of cards that equal all of those little dolls for whatever game it was that he was playing.
Anyway, these days they do Lego sets. People collect and
So many.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon
So
cards.
many, so many. I have books of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, books of Pokemon cards.
Bratz dolls.
I have. That's one thing I never got into. I don't own a single Bratz doll, but I did see some at Once Upon a Child the other day.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, I don't have any Bratz. I have Monster High dolls.
I would say my brother probably collects sneakers.
Yes, guys are
all the
big with sneakers.
Yes. So yeah, you can collect anything,
Yeah.
but whether it becomes a craze or not, I guess depends on social media these days. Because something has to go viral about it for it to be like you said that those little boo-boos or whatever been out for years, but it's only recently that it's been like, oh, you gotta get them.
Yeah, my soy milk, this one that I have, this one is from 2023, and no one. It was $7 in 2023. Like this is a $7 Labubu, but this one is from this year, and it's 30. They're the same toy.
Yeah, supply and demand. People are wanting it.
I'm like, they're the same. I keep them together because I don't want them to get lost, or stolen. I rarely even take them out of the house. People do take them out of the house and
Uh-huh.
hang them up on their bags and stuff. I'm like, excuse me. I had to meet a lady in a Costco parking lot to get little sea salt coconut here. I am not risking it getting lost. So why can't I go outside? Nope, you can't go outside. Don't
Speaking
make
of
fun of
Costco,
me.
you have any news?
Well, it's a convention like story, and it happened a few weeks ago now, but I feel like it's important to state in this kind of nerd community.
Mhm.
Um, so Demon Slayer is a popular show, a popular anime.
Yeah.
One of the main voice actors, his name is Zach. He does tons of conventions. I've seen him like 3 times this year. And really down to earth, will talk to you. He remembered me from one convention to the other. We had a conversation. We started at one, we ended the conversation in another convention.
Sure.
And he's a great person. And there was a Collecticon convention, which I think he's traveling all of them because he came to ours here.
Mhm.
And it was in North Carolina, and this girl was stalking him. Now she's special needs. She's high level, I think, autism.
Mhm.
But that's neither here or there. Like having a disability does not give you a free ride to
Right.
stalk someone. And uh, in one video, she's saying, "Oh, it wasn't me. It was my father. And my father took full accountability." In the next video, she's like, "It wasn't me. It was my mother. My mother took full accountability." So right there, she's like lying, conflicting stories. And my point of saying is, don't go to conventions with this mentality that these people are going to be your best friend.
Right.
Don't go there thinking that,
Yeah.
oh well, we had a great interaction. I'm going to stand here for
We're
hours
friends
now.
forever.
We're friends forever
Let
now.
me look at you and
And
stare at you.
that's what happened. The mom, well, according to her story, in one video it was the mom, one video was the dad, but the mom was trying to get Zach's phone number, his personal phone number, so that she could text him and they could be friends, so that it would make her happy. I'm like, please, Zach, get a restraining
Right.
order.
This person's not here for you.
Like, get a restraining order, because while you are great with your fans and clearly you always have a line and there's a reason you have a fan at this level because you're a great person, get a restraining order because that's not kosher.
Right.
So I just, as someone who goes to conventions a lot, that story has stuck with me because I'm just like, behave, people, do better. Like,
Right.
let's
Well,
make
I'm the first one to be like, if I went to see somebody, I want to be, but I'm not a crazy person.
Yeah, I know that that's
I'm
like
not gonna be
not
like,
gonna
"Oh,
happen.
we're
Yeah.
friends now."
Yeah. It's not a likelihood of that happening. And just go. If they remember you from one convention to the next, hey, count that as a win.
Awesome.
And that's what I do. Like, it's like, hey, wow, they remembered me. That's an awesome win right there. And that's as far as it goes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
And if some celebrity's trying to be a friend to you
Mhm.
and they don't really know you, like they're probably gross.
Yeah.
If they want something from you.
I've worked a lot of conventions and I've gotten like closer to some.
Right. If they've seen you a lot and they've talked to you a lot,
because they've
and they
seen me
get
a
to
lot.
know you,
Mhm.
okay. But if you met them once and now all of a sudden they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna be friends," like, no,
Yeah,
they
no.
want something from you. That's not kosher. Don't do it.
True.
Speaking of, but I have a signed doll of Tara from Amber Benson.
Nice.
And yeah, so that's good.
But
That's
see, Amber's
some collectible I have of a Buffy doll.
and Amber's so great. I could actually see her wanting to be friends with her fans because she is so about her fans. She's like, meeting her was an experience.
We
Like,
can be
she's so
friends.
great.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, she's so great. Like, really phenomenal. Yeah, I know you're not a big collector, but you do have your Fallout stuff and a few
Yeah,
Harry
that
Potter
stuff I
things here and
got
there.
from Loot Crate. That stuff I got from Loot Crate. I didn't specifically go out to say, "Oh, let me get this" because it's Harry Potter related. Mostly, I do have different versions of the books of Harry Potter. And then like Loot Crate, and I did the Loot Crates to get like blankets or to get like cool stuff related to it. And everything I get in there is cool. Mostly, I did it for T-shirt. I like send me a T-shirt. Like if it was just a T-shirt one, which I probably there is, I
Yeah.
would probably do that because I'm like I want to do a T-shirt with this. But then there's just other stuff in there, like a pin. Like what am I gonna do with a pin?
Yeah. Pins are not popular anymore. Why are you sending me this? That's so funny.
Like I put them in the other room.
I could never see you ever waiting in a line somewhere for I don't think there's I don't think there's anything that I could see you waiting in line for. I'm not a big waiting in line for person either. I've never done it. As many collectibles and stuff that I
Yeah.
have, I've never done it. I think the only thing I would wait in line for, and it has to be mentioned because it's almost the end here, is to meet Pedro Pascal.
Well, you wait in line for plenty of celebrities.
Celebrities, I did wait for Hayden Christensen. That's probably the longest one because I always try to do VIP so I don't have to wait in line
Sure.
because I just maybe it's because I'm a theme park person and once you've had an express pass, you never want to go back. But
Can't
like
wait in line to-
I just can't like when we met David Tennant, we had express and or not express VIP and we just went right up. Like I just if I have to wait more than 2 hours, how
More
much do
than
I
2 hours?
well
More
how much
than 25 minutes.
for Hayden Christensen, I waited like it was hours. And we had VIP. We were the first person in the VIP line for our section, and we still waited 2 hours because he wasn't a push and shove. So his line kept getting backed up and backed up. Technically, I waited like 12 hours to meet Ray Park one time, but
12?
but hear me out. First of all, Ray Park and I, that is my BFF, and that's a joke that goes back a long time. I love Ray Park, but they had it as a number system. So we got there at like I think it was like 10 in the morning. We
Sure.
got our number, and then they were like, expect this to be 5 hours from now. Like you could go home and come back. Like don't hang out here. It wound up being 12 hours from when we got our number. So it was in a comic book store in Kissimmee. So it wasn't crazy far. So we went home, we went to dinner, we did a bunch of stuff. I even went to Target before, all this bunch of stuff. And then the last 2 hours we waited in line because we were like not sure what to do with the last 2 hours. And by then it was almost like 1 in the morning. It was late. He was at like almost 2:30 in the morning that day. And I have a baby Yoda that's I've decorated as Maul as World. You remember we unboxed that here. Um, anyway, and I took it with me to take pictures with him, and he loved it. He did not want to give him back. He put him on his shoulder. He did a whole photo shoot with him, and I said to myself, mental note. Next time I see him, I'm gonna make him his own because I felt horrible taking that back. Because that was a gift from a friend. That's why I had it shipped here because I didn't make the original one. My friend Erica made it, and I was like, "You can't have this. Erica made this for me.
One's mine.
This one's mine." But I know how to make them, so I made him one myself, and then that's when we became friends.
Buds.
Friends. And he remembered me. And that was from the time at the comic book store. It was like 7 years later because it was COVID and everything in between. So it was a long time. As soon as he saw the mall, he was like, Kissimmee, the comic book store. He was like, I was there till 3 in the morning. I was like, I know, I met you at 2. I was like, I remember. So he remembered me right away. And that's what I say, that's a win. That right there, that's all I need. I'm like, wow, thanks. I feel honored. I know you really remembered Grogu, but I don't care. I'm gonna take it as a win. So he gave it to his son because his son was he was the one that wanted it. And I was like, that means even more to me as a mom. Like you gave it to your like wow, like that means even more to me. If I keep talking about it, I'll cry.
Okay,
So let me
okay.
stop.
Yeah. What are you nerding out about?
God, everything. Um, just finishing. I have to finish Zeb. That costume I started like 2 months ago. I've been struggling to finish it because we lost Joanne, so I don't have a place to get fur. Um, that is it online. I like to see it first because in making my Labubu costume, I had to buy two different bolts of brown fur. And in pictures, you can't really tell, but in person, if you're comparing it, oh, you could tell. So I hate that. Like I hate not being able to see what I'm buying. So I've been like obsessing about places of where to find fur. How do I need to touch and feel it. Do I drive all the way? It's really far to the sewing room. Do I find another place that has fabric and consignment? Like it's been an ongoing thing. I like dream about it. That's how obsessed I am over it.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm gonna say something really boring.
No.
In that schedules.
Hey, that's important.
Yeah, I've been trying to get together a schedule where I can grow in all the things I want to grow in. I think this one right here is my
exercise and diet one.
I love
Can't
your
see it,
handwriting.
but it's a full page of just what I want to do for my diet, what I want to do for exercise day by day. You know, what do I have before breakfast? And so that's my weights and exercise one, and then this one is everything. Another page of just everything and like priorities, which health first, you know, because cancer. You gotta worry about your health more after that sort of situation. Language, of course, trying to get this podcast going and business and growing on Twitch. So just a schedule of trying to get things done and still having time to do things that I want to do.
So when you say boring, you mean like enlightening? Because that's awesome. That's like,
Boring in that it's not like something exciting, but it's trying to get my life kind of more together. Instead of I do a lot of drifting and just like the day goes on, I'm like whatever. But I would like to be more scheduled. I do like to be spontaneous, but like they say in the Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, you know, either you're growing, either you're improving or you're going backwards. There's no, you're not staying the same. So
mhm.
yeah, that's what
No,
I'm
I
nerding
get That's awesome. I love that. You always have something so insightful, and you always think it's boring or bad. And it winds up being
Boring.
like, whoa, that's amazing. Write a book. Like, you should be a writer.
Well, I was thinking of making like a thing to do with like mental toughness,
Mhm,
like a digital product, I guess, in regards to the mental toughness. But
mhm.
I want to actually conquer it for myself before I go trying to tell other people how to do it. So, you know, I want actual credibility, you know, in things I try to sell or help people with. So,
Makes sense.
yeah, so that's it.
Know the product you sell.
Right. Yeah, so that's the end of our episode here on Nerd Talk. Thanks so much for hanging out and joining us. Let us know below what you're collecting, what things you're nerding out about.
What 90s toys, 80s toys you might have had if your
Yeah.
parents waited in that line for Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah, if you got something crazy like that for Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, all that stuff in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time.